You probably recognize this type of an email, and I'm sure most of you do. This is the famous auto-reject that many people see on a daily basis. And I'm here to tell you why it is very likely that it's not your fault that you are receiving those. I'm here to show you what actually is going on underneath in those companies and what triggers this kind of a response, and actually how to overcome this, because it's fairly simple, and I think all of you need to implement what I'm about to show you. Let's start with the basics. Let's talk about what ATS systems are. ATS stands for Applicant Tracking System, and they are basically software for managing the hiring process in a company. They let you see the statuses of the candidates, that let you see who applied, they analyze the candidates, they score the candidates, they let you have all the communication with them in one place. They're basically very useful software, and I don't blame companies for using them at all. If I was in their place, I would probably do the same. And this is basically where your application lands. It lands in an applicant tracking system, and it needs to be approved by the applicant tracking system before any human sees your application and sees your resume. I'll be showing you an example of how actually it works in using Workable. Workable is one of the more popular ATS systems. It's actually, I think it's quite a good one. So I'll show you exactly how it works and how your resume is treated when it lands inside of it. We are inside Workable. Let's see how companies post their jobs. And when a company that relies on an ATS posts a job listing, they don't actually do it through the job sites. They just use an ATS to publish them, and it does it for them. So let's go to jobs, and let's see what we have. We already have a full stack developer position open. Let's see the description. The description is pretty standard, as you will see. We have a full stack developer position in Warsaw, and description is pretty standard. What you would expect from a full stack developer. We have Vue.js as a front-end technology. We have some backend services using C#, Fast API, SQL, NoSQL, Mongo. So we can already kind of see the keywords that they will expect. They expect you to know all of those things listed here. Yeah, so actually, let's see what happens when you apply with your resume. Resume of a guy called Michael. That's a pretty solid resume, I would say. It has good separation into summary, technology, stack, experience, and there's actually a pretty decent overlap between what the guy knows and what is required by the job. So you can see there is some SQL, there is some Python, there is Spring Boot, React, Vue, which is a great match. We have SQL, Mongo. So, well, looking at it, you would say, okay, that's the guy is a good match. It probably should be a pretty high priority candidate for the company. So let's see what happens when we actually simulate applying with this resume. Okay, we got the candidate. He applied for the job, full stack developer. Let's see what happens after a second. Let's refresh the page. And bam, guy is disqualified. Let's see the reasoning. We got just 2 keywords matching. And yeah, this is the problem. This is what's probably happening to you also. Even though you have a decent matching resume, the naive keyword matching systems don't really work properly. And let me show you actually what's going on underneath. The ATS systems is the ability to control the hiring flow, not only through the UI, with actual humans doing the work, but also through a programming interface. So here's a specification for the programmer's interface for Workable. And this is actually how you can write your software, write a program that communicates with Workable, accesses candidates, accesses the resume, is able to read the resume, and score it against a job they applied to, all through this interface. It's all in the open, and this is what most ATS systems expose. Workable is just one example. We had Traffic as another example, We have many of those. And I want to emphasize, I'm not saying this is the intent of the ATS systems. I think the intent is good, and they want to provide a way to integrate with their system, but it makes space for exploits like this, makes space for lazy companies that just auto-reject people and don't want to put too much effort into the hiring process. This is the unfortunate reality, and we need to face it. So let me show you how to actually face it and cheat the system a bit. So what you actually need to do to get past those filters is look at the job description, identify the keywords, and use the exact same keywords in your resume. And I don't mean that you should lie. You should just include exactly what they are saying so that you get past the automated filter and into the hiring manager's hands. So for example, we can see here, one of the important keywords is SQL. In the resume, you can see we have PostgreSQL, which you and I know should be matched as a correct keyword, but it's not. So let's add SQL to the mix. And repeat this. Look at all the frameworks that you use the exact same wording. You can see here we have Vue, but in the job description there was Vue.js. I know this is tedious work, but this is actually what gets you result. If this sounds like a painful process to you, well, that's because, frankly, it is. And this is also where automation comes in, and tools like Jobowl come into play. And what Jobowl does is it's an extension that basically replicates what we did manually a second ago. So it looks at whatever job post you're looking at, it extracts keywords, and it injects them into your resume, while also giving you a PDF that's nicely formatted, and it's a bulletproof template that's machine readable. So you are basically sure that your resume will get through the automated auto-rejection and will get into a hiring manager's hands, which is what we need. So let's see what result we get. The result, let's see what we got. Okay, so that's the template, and I can already see the keywords being injected into the resume. So you can see, even though the guy, Michael, didn't possess C# or Fast API in his original skills, Jobowl added this sentence to the summary, saying that he's eager to expand knowledge on C# and Fast API to contribute effectively to integrated team projects. So even though he didn't say that, okay, I possess those skills, the auto-rejection bots will think this is a keyword that's present in the resume, therefore will push him forward. Another bonus is sorting the skills. So you can see Joel decided that those skills are the most important in the job description. So we have full stack development, we have Vue, we have Mongo, we have REST APIs, Python, Git, SQL, Agile, basically everything that's present in the job description. So yeah, this is the result. Let's actually verify that it gets passed by the auto-rejection bots. Resume updated. Let's now go in and run the auto-rejection bot. Reading the post keywords, reading the keywords in the resume, and we got 8 out of 11 keywords matching, and the candidate was passed. This is what we need to happen. No rejection, and now this resume lands into the hands of a hiring manager. So that's it. I hope you learned something. I hope you learned how to deal with auto-rejection. It's not going to work, 100 out of 100 times, just because companies are free to write their auto-rejection bots however they see fit. So you might see more or less success with this depending on the company you apply to. But I've seen great results, and I've seen reviews already that say that this is the way to go. This is the way to handle auto-rejection. This is how to cheat the system and actually get through and get seen by a human.